At the start of the movie, we see a man and a woman sitting together on a date beside a pool. From the way they talk to each other, it becomes clear that both of them are lifeguards working at the same park, and their names are Cindy and Brad. After finishing their shifts, instead of leaving and going home, they decide to stay a little longer at the place so they can spend more time together. They eventually climb up and sit on top of one of the water slides, getting closer and enjoying the moment. After a short while, a mysterious person holding a machete suddenly approaches them. Without any warning, the figure brutally attacks and kills both Cindy and Brad. Sometime later, the story shifts to the graduating class of 2018 from Valley Hills High School, who are in the middle of planning their graduation celebration. They decide that the event will be held at a water park called Wet Valley. This idea was suggested by Alice, who is a former student of the same school and also the one responsible for organizing the entire event. Like any typical graduation celebration, all the seniors are extremely excited about spending time together. In addition to hanging out, they are also looking forward to swimming and riding the water slides. On top of that, they plan to stay at the park for a full 3 days. At this point, we are introduced to the main character, Josh. He has two close friends named Chad and Slim, and together they formed a school band called the Blades. The band is scheduled to perform during the graduation event. Shortly after, an elderly man named Conrad approaches them. He tells them that he works at the water park as both a caretaker and a maintenance technician. He also mentions that he has been working there for 35 years, and despite his age, he is still active and doing his job. A few hours later, Josh is practicing music with his band when he runs into Kim. It turns out that Kim is his ex-girlfriend, and she is now working at the park as a lifeguard. The short conversation between Josh and Kim creates an awkward atmosphere, especially since Kim's current boyfriend, Tommy, is nearby. Tommy clearly feels jealous when he sees how Kim interacts with Josh, and honestly, his reaction makes sense considering the way Kim behaves around her ex. In the next scene, we are introduced to Michael, who is Josh's father. He receives a phone call from Josh, and during their conversation, Josh intentionally asks him to come to the water park so he can watch him perform with his band. After that, we meet Priscilla, one of the people in charge at the park. She is also revealed to be a graduate from Valley Hills High School, class of 1992. Slim mentions that there is a rumor going around among the students, saying that Priscilla supposedly chooses one graduate every year to sleep with. Meanwhile, the rest of the students are busy enjoying the main attraction of the park, which is a set of very tall and long water slide tunnels. Everything seems perfectly normal at first, and nothing appears suspicious. However, things take a turn when a group of reckless teenagers decide to go down one of the slides while holding a bottle of alcohol. Because of this careless behavior, the bottle breaks, leaving glass and blood in the pool. This forces Paul, the owner of Wet Valley, to step in and handle the situation. He orders Conrad to clean up the mess. Later in the afternoon, Kim and Tommy come across Josh, who is hanging out with Chad and Slim. Josh's friends ask Tommy to help them find an extension cord, which distracts him. While Tommy is busy setting up equipment like speakers and microphones, Josh takes advantage of the situation and goes somewhere else with Kim. Away from Tommy's sight, Josh and Kim secretly hook up. At the same time, Josh's father, Michael, is having dinner with Priscilla. At first, we see them talking, but we cannot hear what they are saying. As their conversation becomes clearer, we learn that Priscilla is actually married to Paul, the owner of the water park. We also find out that Michael is a wealthy man. During the dinner, Michael comments that Paul does not realize how lucky he is to have someone like Priscilla. After some time passes, Josh and Kim return to their group of friends because it is almost time for his band to perform. Some of the other students watch them from a distance, and one of them comments that something bad is about to happen to them. Soon after, the Blades start performing, playing songs from the 80s. The crowd enjoys the performance. Kim watches Josh but pretends that she does not like his singing and criticizes the loud sound of the instruments. Josh's father and Priscilla are also present, watching the performance. Up until this point, Tommy still does not know that Kim cheated on him. However, that quickly changes when one of the students shares a video in the group chat showing Josh and Kim together. Tommy sees the video and becomes extremely angry. He immediately rushes to the stage and starts beating Josh in front of everyone. At the same time, things get even worse when Priscilla catches her husband Paul cheating on her with Alice, the same girl who suggested the graduation event. Later on, Michael approaches Josh and tries to calm him down. He then asks Josh what he thinks about his plan to buy the water park. However, Alice secretly overhears their conversation and immediately goes to confront Paul, worried that he might sell the park and leave her. Paul, who is drunk, assures her that he would never sell it since it is his only source of income. Later that night, while everyone is asleep, an unknown person sneaks into one of the water slides and installs sharp metal blades arranged in an X shape inside it. The next morning, Michael walks around the park inspecting the place, but he is secretly being followed. Suddenly, he is shot in the leg and taken to a shed, where the bodies of Cindy and Brad are also kept. Meanwhile, Tommy has been fired from his job and also dumped by Kim. Conrad approaches him and tells him that Kim no longer cares about him, but Tommy still believes things can be fixed because he truly loves her. After lunch, Conrad turns on the water system for the slides, unaware of the deadly blades hidden inside one of them. At the same time, Priscilla ignores her duties and instead spends time hooking up with Slim. Later in the day, the seniors prepare for a competition with a $500 prize, where teams will race down the water slides. Josh teams up with Chad, but since Slim is missing, they end up asking Kim to join them. Suddenly, Tommy shows up and says he wants to participate too, but the others reject him. While wandering around, Tommy notices something unusual: a trail of water leaking from one of the slides along with damaged material, indicating that it has been tampered with. As everyone lines up for the competition, he tries to warn them, but no one takes him seriously and dismisses him. Soon, the competition begins. Despite Tommy's repeated warnings, no one listens to him, and the competition officially starts. In fact, one of the annoyed students even pushes Tommy down the slide. At the same time, 3 girls enter the same slide, the one that had been sabotaged. As expected, they are instantly torn apart by the hidden blades inside. Down below, the water flowing out of slide number 3 suddenly turns red, followed by horrifying pieces of mutilated bodies. Panic spreads across the park as people scream in terror, and Conrad even injures his ankle while rushing down from his lifeguard post. Meanwhile, Tommy, who had been pushed earlier, is now approaching the deadly blades inside the slide. Realizing the danger, he braces himself and desperately hopes that no one else comes down after him. At the same time, Conrad urgently tries to contact Priscilla to stop the competition, but their walkie-talkies are not working properly. Completely unaware of the chaos happening below, Priscilla instead encourages Paul to go down the slide. Unfortunately, Paul chooses the exact slide that has been rigged, struggles to hold himself back from being carried further down by the rushing water. At the same moment, the bodies of Tommy and the others inside get pushed deeper into the blades, sealing their fate. Back at the pool area, the horrifying reality becomes clear as more blood and body parts emerge from the slide. Conrad quickly instructs Chad and Kim to go to the shed and shut off the water pumps. However, when they enter the shed, they are horrified to discover the dead bodies of Michael, along with the 2 lifeguards who were killed earlier. Back inside the slide, Paul can no longer resist the force of the water and is dragged straight into the blades, where he meets a gruesome end. After the massacre, a lawyer informs Josh that his father has left him a large inheritance. However, one unfinished matter remains: his father had been in the process of purchasing the Wet Valley Water Park, intending to demolish it and build a $20 million shopping complex in its place. Since Paul has died in the incident, his wife Priscilla becomes the sole beneficiary of the deal and stands to gain all the money from the transaction. In the final moments of the film, Priscilla is seen smiling. A series of flashbacks then reveal a shocking truth: years ago, she had witnessed a tragic incident at the same park when someone was killed and no one bothered to help. As a young girl, she saw everything. This revelation makes it clear that Priscilla was the mastermind behind the entire 2018 tragedy. She carefully planned everything, possibly driven by revenge and a desire to secure financial gain.